say,
top billin'. Fly, Eagles, fly. Check this joint out right here at the beginning of the game. This caught my eye right here because I was like, what am I looking at? Right? This is hard. Right? I want to talk about just a couple of aspects on defense here. Nothing too dramatic. But did you guys see this right here? Now you have the New Jersey Jets in 13 personnel, right? 1 back, 3 tight ends here. And the counter to that for my man Sean Desai, Sean Desai is really living off principle, right? DOTS, dots, depends on the situation. This is a 6-man front with 4 down linemen. Colloquially speaking, you could say it's a 4-3 because you still have 3 linebackers on the field, right? Your 3 linebackers would be my man Josh Sweat. You have Nick Morrow here and Camden's own, South Jersey's own Hassan Reddick. You have 4 down linemen, right? Fletcher Cox, Kentavious Street, Jordan Davis, and Milton Williams. That's hard. That's hard, right? And then you, of course, your 3 linebackers there. That's otherworldly right there, right? So why would you do that? Why would you have a reduction? Normally with 13 personnel, people would still run their base front. You would run, right? We run a base 34. So you normally would have not Kentavious Street in the game. He's at a 2I. You have Jordan Davis in the game. He's also at a 2I. You have Fletch here at his 5 technique post, and then Milton Williams here at his 3 technique. So obviously they're expecting run, and they're not respecting Zach Wilson's ability to pass the ball. However, this actually ends up being a tendency breaker because it does end up being a pass. So you got Josh Sweat covered in the flat. Luckily, James Bradbury, Johnny on the spot with that, right? So they ran this twice. The next time right here, same deal. You got this time straight up 2 right here, Jordan Davis. You have Kentavious Street here still at a 2I. This time kind of at a 4I, you have Fletcher Cox, 3 technique, Milton Williams. This time with his hand on the dirt, or his hand in the dirt, Josh Sweat, and then Hassan Reddick still out here on the outside foot of the tight end. So you see Josh Sweat not on the outside foot of the tight end. Probably means he's going to be working a gap this time. And that he is. He floats the gap there, and look at them squeeze down. That right there took them up out of that shit. They didn't do that no more. Right? Barely got a gain in the passing portion of this. Goaded them into running this because if you break this type of play, right, you get a split zone here. Let me see. Make sure here. Yeah, looks like you get a split zone, get that cross formation block here. If I can actually pick the right thing there, right? You would get that cross formation block, your man coming through here, and then you get that double at the point of attack here, or not really at the double at the point of attack here. They have you outman here, so they can just double wherever they figure. But you get that here, bang. Jordan Davis soloed up and all that, so it means you're going to have your crash and squeeze here. Look, everybody crashing. Everybody crashing here, which means there's shit over the top, but you have to know exactly what you're doing. All gaps covered. All gaps covered. All gaps covered. All gaps covered. Say it with me. That's hard. That's sound fundamental football right there. I think Terrell Edmonds here on the field, and look at that. I think they get no gain, or even probably, was this a loss? At the very least, it was no gain or a short gain at that right there. How about that? There's probably, I would have to imagine that they probably, well, obviously they worked on this in practice. They probably didn't spend too much time on it there. It's still a kind of a weird counter to me, right? Going off of 13 personnel, like I said before, you would just normally run your base 34 front. You see 13 personnel across the league all the time on certain teams, right? Seattle runs 13 personnel a lot, and you get your base 4-3 or your base 34, right? The game within the game, you can't tell me that shit ain't hard. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is because it goes beyond Jalen Carter, right? Now listen, I single-handedly willed Jalen Carter to them Eagles, baby. Long before anybody thought it was possible, I was willing that bad boy to existence in videos, telling the Seattle Seahawks to pass on him, right? Goading them to pass on that man, and he went here, right? However, I must maintain that the Philadelphia Eagles are a complete defensive front, if we're talking about the personnel available, right? Remember, I was the guy who remarked that there would be no reason for any rookie to start on the Philadelphia Eagles on both sides of the ball, right? I said that if one of them ended up starting, right, it wouldn't be at the beginning of the year. It would be probably because something went wrong as far as injury goes or something like that, but you didn't need that, right? Jalen Carter is a plus, right? A huge plus, but a plus nonetheless, because you still have guys like this. Milton Williams here, right? Look at this move. I talked about this before. I couldn't wait to get the angle on this and see what he did to Laken Tomlinson right here. Look at this right here. Bang to the inside. Spent on him, burped the baby, fertilized. Fertilized Zach Williams after burping the baby. You saw that on the spin move? He's spinning like ceiling fans. First of all, look at him give him the hezzy, right? He reduces down on his gap, working with Laken Thompson, giving him the hezzy just to get him to go inside, right? Arm over. Look, an arm over into a spin move. An arm over into a spin move. Arm over, dip inside, and then spun on him like a dreidel. Bang! You see that? Burped the baby right in his back. No more colic, right? Cleared all that shit out right there for the baby, and then wrangled your boy Zach Wilson up on his head and slapped that tie out, fertilized him. I gotta see that joint again. Bang! Look at that. Chaining moves together. The ability to chain moves together. Come on, man. Milton Williams, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Kentavious Street. Didn't even get to see Marlon Tuipulotu out there, right? He's been doing his thing there. And then, of course, the guys on the edge, right? Brandon Graham being an edge player as well. But Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick heating up. Josh Sweat been doing his thing the entire year right there. It is a complete defensive line front. You saw a Jomo out there as well, right? And that was without Jalen Carter. So I know a lot of people are down in the dumps. You see me, like I said before, I'm not worried about it, right? And I was also probably the only person in the world to tell people to come in to not disrespect the New Jersey Jets, obviously because I know that team like the back of my hand as well, and that the Eagles could lose that game, right? You're looking forward to something or something happening right there. If you get a team with that sound of a defensive front, anything can happen, right? They beat the Bills. They should have beat the Chiefs as well. So if you're not playing on your P's and if you're not on your P's and Q's, if you feel like you haven't been playing your best ball, there's no reason for you to overlook any type of opponent, especially one that has just as good a defense as yours, and people consider your defense to be tops in the league. So imagine that. BG Brandon Graham here. He's been doing some wonderful things this year. We knew last year he had a damn career year coming off of an Achilles injury. The guy is just a marvel, man. He's just a football player. Watch him squeeze and then rebound. Squeezes down, takes one to block, spins back in, gets in on the tackle, right? All gaps covered. Who's in on it with him right there? Probably Zach Cunningham, I'd imagine. Yeah, you got Dean and Cunningham back out there together. Watch them squeeze down. They're back in their 12 personnel, so we're countering with that nickel set right there. You get that cross formation block here. He's going to meet that inertia. Bang! Right there. Folded my man out right here. He was done. Right? And then rebound, get back to the inside there. That is some sound-ass football, man. All right, back in the base 34 here, you see Jordan Davis on the nose. Who makes this particular play right here? This is what you call making a play without making a play. Look at Milton Williams, man. All right, and then you get Morrow and these guys feeling there. Morrow and Cunningham feeling. But watch Milton Williams and his ability to split the difference here, right? Widens the gap and then gets skinny in the hole, right? Bang, look what he did to Mekhi Becton right there. Mekhi Becton, he lost control of his central nervous system and had to sit it down, reverse missionary style. Your man Milton Williams making people look silly out there. Causes the run, right? It looked like he originally was going to take this straight up the gut until Milton Williams has a breach there. Then that allows for Morrow to slip and then get in on it too. Looks like a DB did as well. Who's out there? Actually, Derek Barnett. Oh, man, I forgot about Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett out there. Dang, that's hard. Speaking of, though, my man Derek Barnett needs to be trade bait, right? You know me, I'm extremely conservative. People ask me all the time, trade this, trade player, trade for this player, trade for that player. I'm like, no, hold your draft capital. That's just my personal philosophy there. But now I do think there needs to be some bodies there. Way too many injuries in the defensive backfield. Derek Barnett not playing right. He should always come in the game over a Nolan Smith, but even Nolan Smith comes in sometimes. So it makes Derek Barnett more expendable there, and definitely could use him as some type of trade chip for somebody who needs a really good edge player. Because I think Derek Barnett is actually a very good edge player. It's just, it is what it is sometimes, man. Sometimes you just injured too much and other people come up, or you injured so much and they have to go out and draft people for the future. So I hate to see Derek Barnett leave, but it may be time for that to happen. All right, last couple right here. Got to end with my boy Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox, right? They said he had a epidural in his back or something like that. I'm like, what the hell is that? Is he pregnant or something? I don't know, but dang. That dude's pregnant after that, right? That's that prison loving. Good Lord. Look at this shit right here. Look at him. Center a man up. Bang, right there. Fletcher Cox got that old man strength. That old man strength right there. Look at him moonwalking. My man is trying to dock the boat and can't, right? Oh my God, look at him. Get him lifted how high like red and meth right there. Moonwalking that man into the lap of the quarterback and then bang. Can't show that on TV, kids. You know what I mean? Right there. Gonna have to blur that out right there, right? That is lewd and lascivious behavior. My God, right? All Zach Wilson could do was flush and throw some joint away right there. And the man had to hold on Fletcher Cox at that. All right, Fletcher Cox right here again. Watch him take on the double. Ball and discard, get in on a solo tackle right there. I'm telling you, man, these cats can play 3 and 5 technique until they're 40-something years old, right? We've seen it with a lot of the top guys, interior guys like that. It's just one of those positions, man. If you can take care of yourself, that strength will never leave, right? They say power is the last thing to go right there, and he still has that in droves. What a contributor right there, and he has been balling, finding the fountain of youth. It's not like he's ever lost it, right? But he's still doing his damn thing, man. Like I said before, all up and down the guitar string, nothing but talent there. So that is definitely a positive to look forward to right there. Just the entire defense, right? Obviously, they let them score at the end so they could get the ball back. But other than that, man, it's not like the Jets really got off on offense. And I know the New Jersey Jets don't play good offensive ball, period. But when you don't play good offensive ball, at the very least, what you have to do is make them look like they can't play good offensive ball. You just don't need your offense to play terrible football as well. But they have a great defense just like Philly does. So let me know there. But, man, can't wait for this game Sunday night against the Dolphins. Huge Dolphins presence here on the channel if people didn't know because of my coverage of the Samoan sniper Tua Tagovailoa way back. This channel started right with me covering college football, specifically Alabama. That was the first team that I covered when I started in this business, so huge contingency there. And them boys going to come to play, no doubt about that. But they have to play the Philadelphia Eagles too, right? And those guys don't have a good defense, in my opinion, there. And you can't let it be a track meet because I will say that their offense is hitting on all cylinders, but they ain't played against that Eagles front as well. So we'll get to see if that offensive line is for real. They've had trouble with offensive lines in the past, and we will definitely test that theory right there. So it should be a good matchup. Need all hands on deck in that secondary, though, because them boys can get off, pause, with the type of speed that they have in the backfield, out wide, anywhere you can name right there. It's definitely the fastest offense in the league. So we shall see. So that should be fun right there, man. We'll get to some preview stuff on that. But keep it locked right here. Your boy, Jersey Murf, putting Jersey on the map. Say our name. I'm tired of people coming in here talking about all other kinds of shit, baby. You got to say Jersey. You see it, right? I'm literally putting Jersey on the map, right? Putting Jersey on the map on the wall there. Everybody already know, right? So your boy Jersey Murf, South Jersey stand up, Cumberland County, Millville, Bridgeton, Vineland, Salem, Elmer, Camden. Man, shout outs to Atlantic City, of course. Shout outs to everybody out here, baby. We said Camden already, man. Shout outs to Camden, of course, right? Shout outs to Trenton. Shout outs to everybody out here, all the way up to Mercer County, Hunterdon, for sure. All right.